All right, Shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
Hey, we're going to start out by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles for teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Peace and blessings to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Around the brother Karab, to my right.
Hey, the brother, you know, Allah.
Hey, we coming at y'all, man, with a beautiful lesson, man, just going into women. It's pretty much, man, it's time to get in order, you know. It's time to really just get in order, man, you know. Because, man, we coming into the end times. Things are heating up. Prophecy is coming. And a lot of you women going to be running around here like a chicken with your head cut off, not knowing what to do. Because you don't have two things. You don't have the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, and you also don't have a man of the Lord, man. You know, you need those two things to survive, man. You need guidance because you are the weaker vessel. Forget all the voting and the feminist movements and all these things that this so-called white man has gifted you with, you know, which is only a limited time offer. But you gotta come back to the ordinance of the scriptures, man. You know. All right, you're not here to be number one, man. All right, you're not here to be self-centered. Everything don't evolve around you women. You know, and the scriptures is gonna contradict that, man. But we got this video. We're gonna play this video first. We're gonna bring our precepts. Lord willing, you edified.
Hey, this Deuteronomy 28 and 56.
Oh yeah, that video. Just play it. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, play that video first.
Okay, come. So
Yeah.
go back to the video.
This is for educational purposes only. Good, brother.
Let me ask you a question. Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
I guess not.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
No.
If you want to learn how to cook, who would you want to teach you?
A chef.
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
A driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who gonna teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're going to go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook, you're going to go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man, and they don't know how to be a wife because their mothers wasn't wives. In general, women are raising their daughters to be single mothers. Because they are single, they're single mother. They like, I'm gonna teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And they have raised you to be a single woman.
That's terrible.
And go be so you don't need to depend on no man. And get you an education and go to college. They have groomed you to be a single mother. But if you want to be a wife, you have to learn how to be a wife from a wife. The same way you would learn how to cook from a chef. Then once you surround yourself with other wives, then you will know what's intrinsically important to a man. A lot of y'all women ain't even wives. And you married.
Yo, hey, the video speaks for itself, man. You know? And that's simple instructions right there, man. Basic. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, a woman, she's not a basic creature. You know, this is an unstable creature, man. You know? Like I said earlier, everything revolves around her. She don't know how to love her kids properly. She don't know how to just cook, clean, bring her kids under the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai. She don't know the proper instructions, man. But guess what? That's why we here as men of the Lord. You know, what it say, the Lord will feed you with pastors according to his heart. And it's pretty much what we just gonna break down, man. Get that Deuteronomy.
Okay, so this Deuteronomy 28 and 56 in the AMP.
Right.
It says the most refined.
Now you can read it in the KJV.
All right, come.
Just so they can go and look at it and then just jump to the AMP.
This Deuteronomy 28 in the KJV, starting in verse 56. It says the tender and delicate woman among you,
Right.
which would not, Salakia, who would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband.
And that's the feminine nature of a woman, man. Feet don't even touch the ground, man. Tender and delicate, you know. All that is characteristics of feminism, man, that belongs to a woman, you know. But what the scripture's about to say, keep going, brother.
It says, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
Right. So when you read Deuteronomy 28th chapter, all right, 1 through 15 is the blessings, but 15 on down to 68 is the curses. And the Lord said it shall come to pass. And the reason why we're going through these curses, right, is mainly, you know, that one right there being a major thorn in our side, because Eve is Esau's number one pet, man. You know, his weapon is that woman. And he used it against us real well. You know, the only way we could be able to overcome these women is through wisdom, but he used that tactic really well, man. You know, what it say, what is stronger, the woman in First Esdras? You know, the woman being stronger, man. You know, she a deadly, she can be a major stumbling block unto men, man. But all that is a part of the curses. I should be evil towards who, brother?
Yep, it says back in Deuteronomy 28 and 56, it says her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
Right, the head of the household, which is the husband, her eye should be evil. She should always nag, pick, always got something to say, always want to start arguments and be petty. That toxic relationship, man. Toxic ain't nothing but demonic. It's demon. You know, it's an unstable mindset, man. And if you dealing with a man or a Lord, man, hey, politely, hey, matter of fact, respectfully, we don't deal with that shit, man. You know, that's America, man. That's of the world. You know, we spiritual men, high maintenance men, man. We men of the Lord. We belong to you. How about Shema Shai? So you gotta come correct, or you get left behind, man. You got it, brother.
It says her eye shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
Right, so her whole household. And just like the man, he asked them women, he like, man, y'all women don't even know how to be wives, man. Because the woman before you, which is your mother, big mama, whoever over you, before you taught you, you know, poison you with the American mindset of thinking you don't need a man. When your car break down, when you feeling a woman, man, she was being followed by a guy, but to protect herself, she had to get with another man.
Yeah, I seen it.
Right, and he was on her heels, boy. He almost had her, you know. But the Lord did that on purpose, because it's the Lord who stirs up the judgment to put fear into our people. And the Lord, hey, he stirs it up, man. So pretty much, man, he had her heart racing. She had to hurry up and just find, she don't care who it could have been a homeless man. Long as she just found the man. You know? Stop believing in these American philosophies, man, because all it's going to do is contradict yourself and make you look stupid. Because when that heat is on, you going to need a man of the Lord.
Yeah.
That's it on there.
Yep, on the 56, you want me to read the AMP?
Yeah, brother, read it in the AMP.
Okay, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 50,
I'm going to come behind you.
56 in the AMP. It says, the most refined and well-bred woman among you who would not venture to set the sole of her foot on the ground because she is so delicate and pampered.
Right.
And that's ultimately like how women in ancient time was treated, man. You know what I'm saying, on a high pedestal to, you know what I'm saying, where they soles of their foot didn't even want to touch the ground, man.
Right.
Come on, how beautiful is that?
Right. Man, meanwhile, man, he be wearing those shoes at Walgreens, man.
You hear me?
Twerking out in public with no shoes on Beale Street, man. On Bird Concrete with piss and shit everywhere.
Come on, with man feet, horse feet, man.
Right.
Yep. with bunions.
Right, Kevin Durant feet.
Yeah. But yep, going back to Deuteronomy 28 and 56, it says, because she is so delicate and pampered, will be cruel and hostile toward the husband she cherished and toward her son and daughter.
So cruel and hostile, man. A lot of breakups and divorces come from the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians. Out of all the races, man, we the only people. I mean, out of all the nations, out of all the nations, we the only people. Israel is the only people that got problems with their women, man. And we break up for the most pettiest things.
Yeah. Hey, Esau, Edom, his woman, the Edomite woman, they respect the Edomite man. But you know they secretly love us. But you know they don't get that mouth, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know ultimately, you know, we say like some of the Northern Kingdom women, they in order, but you know them curses still hit them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Cause they held themselves. They still,
Mhm.
no woman is in order, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the only way a woman will be in order is when that time of trouble comes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's some of you women, because man, some of you women gonna taste judgment.
Yeah.
Some of y'all gotta go, cause you already turned aside to Satan.
Mm-hmm.
I got this junk right here. It's Genesis 3:16. You done with that?
Yeah.
It's Genesis 3:16 in the NLT.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They say, then he said to the woman,
Mhm.
I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth.
Mm-hmm.
And you would desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. So
Mm.
instead of a peaceful household, you fighting with this creature, man.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, you dealing with an unstable creature, man. Though she open her arms to you, though she tell you she love you, hey, get that, brother. Heart snares. Ecclesiastes.
Okay.
A woman's heart is snares. You know? Because, man, hey, a lot of these women, man, they come in their spirit of a serpent, man. You know? And this is just us, man, as younger brothers, man, we come into this truth. Hey, it shine more and more light on the wickedness of a woman and her tactics that she used to try to desire to control you. Like Genesis just said. Genesis 3:16.
Hold on, select it.
My brother.
I might just overlook it.
I know it's in let's say center. Escape. Yeah, cause it hold on.
Select it.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 7:26.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Select it.
You good, brother.
And this is Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it says, and I find more bitter than death the woman
Right.
whose heart is snares and nets,
Mm-hmm.
and her hands bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Yeah,
Hey, but the sinner shall be taken by her, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing about a woman, man, she's very crafty, seductive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she think you would think she love you, but she got a whole different motive, and the motive is to the desirement of controlling you, man.
Yeah.
You know, playing you like an action figure.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, cause you just going back to that point, like how these women, you know, just out of order, cause ultimately what they're not raised right, by their mothers, because they wasn't raised right, and this has happened to our nation because we have discontinued from our heritage, from our laws and statutes and commandments. That's why we have to read Deuteronomy 28.
Right.
You know, because them the list of what of the blessings if we hearken unto the Lord, but also the list of the curses if we didn't, man. So these are the curses that's going on, man. And but our women that call themselves believing in the Most High, you know what I'm saying, a God, claiming that they're a God-fearing woman, you know, hey, it's time for y'all to get in order, man. Because hey, we're finna enter into some evil times, some heartbreaking times, man. But you got it though, what?
Hey, man, go ahead, get that Lamentations 4 and 3.
Okay, come. This is Lamentations. It's like it, chapter 4 and verse 3, and it says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostrich in the wilderness.
Right. Hey, even nature itself, right? Like the brother Talaman say, art imitates life. Nature itself teaches you how to properly deal with your children. Even the animals, even though they're beasts, they properly deal with their children in a proper way. They're young, you know. But here it is. Jake can't even, you know, an Israelite woman she worse than the ostrich, man.
Yeah. No,
And one thing-
she is
Right.
as a
She
ostrich.
asked the ostrich, but in human form, she worse. You know what I'm saying? Cause majority of these women, man, dealing with kids, they always on the news, leaving kids in the car, in the hot weather.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, but if the scriptures do make sense, because hey, we in that wilderness, right? And you ask the ostrich, man.
Mhm.
And one thing about an ostrich, man, she'll crush her own young, man.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if Barbara Kashaf, you got the little Google, you can look up what the ostrich do, because when they lay their eggs, you know, let's see what the Google gonna tell you about an ostrich. What happened when they lay their egg? Because it was a metaphor, you know, a similar metaphor comparing our women with as a cruel beast like an ostrich, man. Because hey, like the brother teaching you, nature itself teach you how life itself works in itself. You see, because certain animals, right, when they give birth to their young, the young will eat their mother. You know what I'm saying? So nature itself will teach you that, hey, life can also be cruel, but it's balanced within it too. You know, but we can learn from those experiences. So you got it though, right?
Man, I'm still trying to look it up,
Yeah,
man.
when the ostrich lay an egg. Well, ultimately, you know, when a female ostrich, when she lay her egg, she hide it in the dirt, you know, and ultimately don't come back to it, don't come back to it. And that's how, like the brother was explaining, how these women is, these Keishas, you know what I'm saying, they go back to the club, you know, or go see they side nigga leave their kids in the car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or Keisha, she'll work for a daycare, have 4 or 5 kids in a van, doing God, what they say, Lord knows what.
Right, Lord knows what. Bro.
And now all 7 of the kids on news because they died in a van. You know what I'm saying? Because of the heat exhaustion, man.
Right.
Hey, our women are through, man. You know what I'm saying? Most of our women are through, man. We have a small remnant, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be saved, you know, the elect lady. But most of our women, man, it's time for y'all to get in order, man.
Right.
Yep, come. If not, it's all good, huh?
Man, I still be trying to find that thing, man.
Okay.
Yep, got something.
Okay, come.
Alright, this is from https://tips.translation.bible. What does like ostriches, how you say it?
Ostriches.
Ostriches
Mhm.
in the wilderness mean?
Mhm.
Cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness is a proverbial understanding of the ostrich as used in Job 39:14-18. It was assumed that the ostrich laid her eggs and abandoned them to be stepped on.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, hey, look at the girl that he was talking to.
Yeah.
A lot of those women, even when he broke it down to, he said, man, you women ain't even being taught the right way.
Come on
You
now.
taught to pretty much be single mothers. She said, man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She had she was convicted.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep.
But it tells you in the scriptures, get that, brothers, deprived her of wisdom.
Okay.
Yep, that junk she was trying to bring her out.
Job.
Let you know how weak a woman is, man. You know, who did Satan go to, man? He went to the woman during the time of Adam and Eve, man. You know, what it say? Adam not being deceived, but Eve was deceived, man.
So this is Job 39:17.
Mhm.
It says, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom,
Right.
neither have he imparted to her understanding.
Right, so that's not your lot.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? You're made to be taught. You know? You're made to be taught, man.
Yeah.
That's just how you was made.
Mhm.
You see? Hey, proof of that, brother. You read that. Go ahead, get that Sirach I sent you. What was it, man? Was it Sirach 42:11?
Yeah, 42:11.
Yeah, you gotta damn near keep eye on the woman.
Yeah.
Like a child, man.
Got to. Hey, this Sirach 42:11, it says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
Right.
Yeah, and if I may add too,
You got
because our women are like daughters, because ultimately, guess what? As your husband,
Right.
we become like your father, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Once you leave your father under your father's house under your husband, So you have to obey his rules, man. So we have to keep watch over y'all like daughters.
Man.
So going back to this is Sirach 42 and 11. It says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies.
Man.
And it says, in a byword in the city,
Man.
in a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
Hey, like the brother saying, a lot of our women adulterers, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They got side niggas, main niggas that pay the bills, you know, niggas that bring them breakfast in the morning, niggas that bring them door dashes to work.
Yeah.
They got a nigga for everything, man. You know, just living good in America. But sooner or later, that's gonna be dead, man, because the judgment shall come back, man. More expedient than ever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? More quickly than ever, man. No more would you women live deliciously, man. You know. And then here it is, when you do confront her about it, you got another Jake texting your phone, you arguing with another Jake about a girl, you know, that's a whore pretty much.
Yeah.
So now you being laughed at, the whole hood, the whole streets laughing at. She for the streets.
Yeah, she for the streets.
Now the whole streets laughing at you because everybody done got a piece of them, man. And you thinking you got something special.
Yeah.
But you say it ain't yours, it's just your turn, man. You know?
Hey, I got something too real quick.
Alright.
Hey, this is Proverbs, right? Salaki, this Proverbs 7. I started like 12. It says, now is she without, now in the streets, and live wait at every corner? So she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face and said unto him, I have peace offerings with me this day. I have paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently and to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with the coverings of tempers and with carved works and with fine linen of Egypt. And that's ultimately what going into our women attire, man. And look how our women are dressing to this day. You know what I'm saying? Here in spiritual Egypt, spiritual Babylon, man,
Right.
with their attire, dressing like hoes, shameless, walking around here shameless, man,
Looking like the heathens.
looking like,
You know, when you look at Africa and them, man, them women be having their breast out, man.
Yeah.
We ain't no damn Africans, man.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They let you know we ain't them other nations, man. We don't behave ourselves like them. We have wisdom.
Yeah.
To walk with your goodies out is not wisdom. You know?
Yeah.
You begging for somebody to snatch you up. You know? It's either two things, a mating call or you begging for somebody to snatch you up, man.
Yeah.
But mainly you begging somebody to snatch you up because a lot of you women be having men. You know?
Yep. Hey, this is 1 Timothy 5 and verse 6. It says, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Hey, it really don't need no breakdown, man, because a lot of you women, you love pleasure. You love the lust of life. You know, you like a kid at a candy store. You got to have it. You got to have this, that, and that. You got to try every flavor, man. What it say, brother? Get that Johnny and say she wiping her mouth and she do nothing wrong. And this is Sirach.
too.
Yeah, like 25, I think.
Okay, let me see. Sirach 26. I think it's at 26. Okay. All right. Hey, this Sirach 20. Hold on. She wipe her face.
Proverbs 30 and 20.
Proverbs. Okay.
Yeah.
Salaki. This
Salaki too, man.
This is Proverbs 30. And started. Okay, this is Proverbs 30 and 20. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman.
Right.
She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Right, here it is, man. You know, we did a lesson with Yakin Nun going into the woman. Jake was like, leave my woman alone, bro. You know, he was crying.
Yeah.
Just leave her alone. Yeah, it was another similar video like that. Man, Jake was at school. It was a Issachar and it was a Jake. You know, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom. And he was, Northern Kingdom came to him about his girl. He said, hey, man, you know, you always got my girl doing your homework. He was like, man, she don't do nothing but just help me. He like, I don't care, bro. Just leave her alone, man. You know, he started crying. And everybody was laughing. Like, you know, the woman just make you look like a joke, man. You know? That's why I say, man, if you got a woman, just be as though you have none, man. And if you don't got one, don't go seeking for one. Because it's just more problems, man.
Yeah.
You know, more problems, more obstacles you got to go through to get with her. You know? You got to down there do bungee jumping and galloping and army obstacle course to just get with this girl. Meanwhile, she done slept with 4, 5 bodies. You let that nigga Terry bone off of the woods.
Yeah.
You let that nigga Terry bone. I
hey,
know I'm better than that nigga.
Come on. Hey, you seen the little skit where they had Jake laying in the bed with Eve and they had the little body count on the forehead and stuff.
Man.
Come on, man. Like you said, man. hey, through the roof, man.
Right.
Hey, it's crazy. So I read a Proverbs 30 and 20 again. Says, such is the way of an adulterous woman.
Right.
She eateth and wipeth her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness.
Right, but hey, what it tells you, all wickedness is little, but the wickedness of a woman. You know? Like women, man, they be in tune in a lot of things, man. You know, women be doing a lot of wickedness. Man, they do. Shoot, you just had a brother. Well, my bad, Salaki, he wasn't no brother. Just had a damn demon, you know, call himself chief priest. He was exposed by a woman. You see what I'm saying? In an ugly manner, man. You know, a ridiculous, disgusting manner. But here it is. That woman that had no problem doing it. You know, so it's like, man, these women, bro, you gotta, man. Hey, just fear the Lord, man. That's the only way how you can escape these women. And you women that's coming in trying to learn. Hey, if you want to get right, you're going to have to fear Yahweh Shema Shah, man. That's pretty much what the lesson going into, get in order. But as a Jake, man, hey, just fear the Lord, man. The Lord will bless you with a virtuous woman, man. It's a gift. You know? Shoot.
Hey, I got one.
You got it, my brother.
All right, this thing with this first. This First Corinthians 11. I started 1. It says, "But be ye followers of me, even as I am of Hamashiach."
Right.
Verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I have delivered them to you. And that's what we're doing as prophets, man. We're delivering what the ordinance to our people, man. What to start with the order, what the men, then the women, okay, and then the children, man.
First
So
Corinthians 11 and 7.
That's right. We hear, hey, but no, I ain't always we're trying to get to there, but hey, we could get to there though.
Right.
This is First Corinthians 11. I read verse 3 because it says, "But I will have you know."
Right.
Yep.
Salaki is verse 3.
Yep. Hey, it now verse 7 too. It repeat the same thing.
Okay.
Yep. It says, "But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High."
In their order.
Yeah.
The Lord didn't put you over then the Lord didn't put you over him, his son, or the man. And I'm speaking to you women now. Now it's back on y'all. The Lord ain't put you over nobody, man. You over the kids. Teach them to fear the Lord, man.
Yeah.
And women of age, you supposed to do that. Lord, when do we get that precept?
Yeah.
But you got to do your thing, bro.
Okay, come. I'm gonna jump to this precept. This First Timothy 2 and 9. It says, "In like manner also, that the women ordain themselves in modest apparel."
Right. What is modest, man? All right. Modest, ultimately apparel that covers you. You covered.
Yeah, being covered. That's
Being
right.
covered, pretty much. Just to keep it simple, being covered, man. You know,
Yep.
women really not even supposed to be wearing jeans, man. You know, wearing man apparel. You look at these women now; they dress like men.
Yep.
They got the bell bottoms on, the the ripped jeans, the Air Force Ones, tattoos on the arm.
Yeah.
You know, tattoos in the eyes. You normally see that in Jake, even though that's going off. But you normally see that with the Jake, man. But a lot of these women, they just doing it to just dress up their flesh.
Yeah.
And they look horrible, man.
Yeah.
Horrific. You got it, brother.
It says, "In modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair." And it says, or gold or pearls or costly array, but just ultimately just, you know what I'm saying, be humble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to you know, you can look, you know, dress yourself up and stuff like that, but don't be in that spirit as Keisha, you know what I'm saying, trying to get the long weave down to her, you know, get the long nails and make it a competition thing, man. Being modest.
I'm talking about the tightest fashion over set you can
Yeah,
find with the
come
booty
on.
shorts and
Yeah.
the half
Come on.
the littlest shirt. Man, I done seen Angel Reese, bro. She had a dress, it was about this size, man. Y'all need to look that up, man. It was this size.
Damn.
And she put that joint on,
Yeah.
and it was just tight on her body.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Not modest.
That's not modest, man. And it was see-through. It was black. Like, you could see her curves, her sides.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, man, hey, Jake starting to wake up to the BS too, man. Jake ain't really into that no more because everybody doing it.
Yeah.
It's like lashes. Everybody put them on.
Yeah.
You know, lace fronts, baby hairs.
Yeah.
Man, everybody doing it, man. So it's like these women, it just proves that y'all glamorous, you know, if nothing.
Yep.
Y'all follow each other.
Yep.
So follow your man. Follow a man of the Lord, man.
That's right.
You know?
So this back in 1 Timothy 2:10, it says, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works, let the women learn in silence with all subjection.
Right, because I suffer not a woman to teach, man. A woman shouldn't be like, look, you put me first, we gonna be straight. Happy life, happy wife. I'm the piece up in here. I call the shots. I pay the bills.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
If I may, just
You got
going to that point of a man ruling over his woman like a daughter, man, because just going back to the law, just like how if a woman wanted to make a vow or do something, you know what I'm saying, the father or if they living under their husband, they had the right to say yes or no, you know what I'm saying, and they had to be subjected unto that, just like how the Lord told Eve that she had to be subjected under Adam, man. So just going back to 1 Timothy 2 and verse 12 now.
Yep.
And it says, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to upsure authority over the man, but to be in silence. And this is what the apostles was pushing and telling our people. But we know what, due to the curses, man. The curses on what they say on our ass, man. Like back pockets on pants, man. You know what I'm saying? So we tell our people to do these things, but under the curses, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because hey,
they don't fear the Lord.
Yeah, they don't fear the Lord, and the Lord said, hey, the women is going to do these things, man.
Right.
But we try to tell our people and our women, hey, listen to the Lord. Get in order, man, because this what pleased the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, brother. Man, jump. You done with that?
I can read 13 because it says, for Adam was first formed in Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression, not with understanding. She shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith, charity, and holiness, and sobriety, man.
Hey, that's all you gotta do, man. Hey, if you do what's right, man, hey, the Lord gonna bless you women, man. You know, you gonna bear children, hey, you gonna fear the Lord, you gonna keep the commandments. You know, but if you don't, then the Lord pretty much just gonna destroy a lot of you women. You know, she that is my enemy shall be trodden down in the streets. You know, you don't want to be a part of that, man. The Lord said, hey, mark them, hey, both maids, women, little children. He said women twice. You young maids out there, look at this fool walking through your grave. Yeah, man. Hey, but pretty much, yeah. You know, you women got to get right. Hey, Baba Kashai, I ended off with that 1 Timothy's, not 1 Timothy's, 1 Timothy's 5, 14 through 15 in the AMP version.
Okay, let me get the AMP. 1 Timothy's, Salaki 5, 14 through 15.
And the AMP, and then read 1 Peter's. We're going to close it out.
Right. This 1 Timothy's 5, chapter 5, 14 and 15 in the AMP. It says, so I want younger widows to get married, have children, manage their households, and not give opponents of the faith any occasions for slander. Right.
You know, hey, and if you're a woman in this truth and you got a man of the Lord, but you women ain't in the truth, you know, you really just believing other believers. You know, you women are supporters. And that's all you supposed to do, support your man. You know? You got it, bro.
It says, verse 15, some widows have already turned away from the faith to follow Satan.
Right. Some of these widows, they already turn aside and follow Satan, man. So you women look at the way how Sexy Red, you know, that song Hoochie Coochie. You know, not to put that out there, but I'm just saying, man. You know, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
Every time I look at her, I get mad, you know, because it's like she is an industry plant.
Yeah.
She said she was an industry plant out her mouth.
Yeah.
And pretty much these women look up to her. And they think that's funny. You know, even dealing with Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? They think that she's the new wave of women, like how women should act. Lotto.
Right.
All these women, we can name all of them, but guess what? Those the women that's going to lead you to destruction. Those the women that's going to turn you aside to Satan.
Right.
All right, and the wages of sin is death.
That's right.
Hey, brother, go ahead get that 1 Peter, Jack.
Wait.
1 Peter's 3, 5 through 6 in the AMP. We gonna close it out.
Hey, this 1 Peter's 3, 5, and 6 in the AMP.
Mm-hmm.
It says, for in this way, in former times, the holy women who hoped in the Most High used to ordain themselves, being submissive to their own husbands.
What? Hey, bring it back, brother. Bring it back.
It's 1 Peter's 3 and 5.
What it said? The scriptures that was written aforetime was written for our learning, that we may through hope and faith.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, man. Hey, man. You gotta look at the generations of old. You gotta go back. Look at Sarah. Look how she carried herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Look at Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Rachel.
Yeah, the honorable women.
Right, honorable women, man. Hey, even Rahab. You know, just the way how women just carry themselves, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got it, bro.
So it says, for in this way, in former times, the holy women who hoped in the Most High used to ordain themselves, being submissive to their own husbands,
Right.
and adapted themselves to them.
And Rahab was, you know, not to cut you off, but Rahab was a harlot. But because Rahab listened and, you know, followed directions and was working with the, you know, the men of the Lord and the spies, brought them in, you know, during the time of Joshua when we were trying to seek out the land. Hey, what the prophets say, the brother Caleb and Joshua, they said, because you did this thing, and we're going to just pass over you when we take over this land. We'll spare you. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have some women that's out here, you know, there's harlots. But if you fear the Lord and keep the commandments, man, hey man, you'll be okay, man.
Yeah, that's the same.
You can
thing.
repent.
Yeah, you can read about that account. You know what I'm saying, with the same account when they was trying to make an occasion to stone the woman. You know what I'm saying, who was being accused of adultery, man. So, hey man, hey, just repent, come back to the Lord, repent and get in order, man. Let's go for all Israel. So this is back in 1 Peter 3 and verse 6. It says, just as Sarah obeyed Abraham, following him and having regard for him as head of their house.
Hey, as head of their house, man.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
She acknowledged that. Hey, you the head, you the leader, the Lord is dealing with you specifically. Hey man, hey, you got this. I'm just gonna support you. When you tell me to jump, I'm gonna jump.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I trust in you. You a man of the Lord. You know? Not because you little Pookie, little Ray, you got a Glock, you got dreads. No. Them the wrong spirits to be dealing with, man. You need to be dealing with that righteous spirit. That, hey, a man that feareth Yahweh Shema Shah. You got it, bro.
And it says, calling him Lord, and you have become her daughters. If you do what is right, without being frightened by any fear, that is being respectful towards your husband, but not giving in to intimidation.
Right, because a lot of women get intimidated by that. But why? Why is you intimidated? You're the weaker vessel. There's nothing you can do. You know, you need a man. You need to be protected. You know, you need somebody to rule over you and keep eye and keep watch over you. You know, because you're unstable. You're quick to snap of a finger, you will change.
Yep.
So you got to maintain her. And guess what? She maintained you. What it say? A woman that maintained her husband?
Yeah, she's full of reproach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But hey, man, that's because hey, we ain't in our kingdom, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because also when we catching hell, our women catching hell too. You know what I'm saying? In this kingdom, and she like a woman, you know, like some of our women who subscribe to this truth, who listen. You know what I'm saying? they feel the pressure too, man. It ain't always easy, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't in the kingdom.
Right.
But hey, it saying going back to 1 Peter 3 and verse 6, it to the point says not given to intimidation, because hey, like you trying to make that point, our women nowadays they intimidate they man in the house. You know what I'm saying? Nigga,
Yeah.
you ain't shit, you ain't that. You could leave. And you gonna stay here. I pay to be like, damn, yeah. What? You supposed to be subjected unto me.
Right.
You supposed to be a help. You supposed to be a support.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Only
So
voice they supposed to get raised around here is mine. I don't know why you raising your voice, guys. You gonna sit down, guys.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it says, but not giving into intimidation,
Right.
nor allowing yourself to be led into sin, nor to be harmed. In verse 7, it says, in the same way, you husbands, live with your wives in a understanding way.
Right, hey, deal with them with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You know these women ain't all the way right, but hey, if she listening and pleased to dwell with you, hey, deal with her, man. You know?
Yeah.
You got it, brother.
And it says, with great gentleness and tact, and with an intelligent regard for the marriage relationship.
Right.
As with-
Ultimately, just dealing with them with grace, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Just dealing with them with mercy.
Yeah, don't be no tyrant.
Don't be no tyrant, man. You know, ain't nobody win he man woman hater club over here. You know, you got it, brother.
It says, as with someone physical weaker, since she is a woman,
Right.
show her honor and respect as a fellow heir
Right.
to the grace of life.
Grace, not a fellow heir to the kingdom. Get that out your head, women. You ain't no heir of nothing over here. But the Lord say, hey, love thy neighbors thyself. You know, you and your woman are one. You want to mistreat yourself? So, hey, you deal with her accordingly, man, under the fear of Yahweh Shema Rashah. You don't deal with her wicked, perverse. Hey, you deal with that woman under the ordinance of Yahweh Shema Rashah.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Yep. And it says, as a fellow heir of the grace of life, because just like how we read the order,
Right.
hey, the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the man is Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and he has made us fellow heirs of the grace of life. So your woman being subjected unto your husband, that make you fellow heirs to the grace of life.
Right.
So going back to it, it says, so that your prayer would not be hindered or ineffective. Going back also to the point I was making, and I think it's in the law, maybe in Numbers, if I'm not mistaken, how, you know what I'm saying, a man has the same power as the father did if a woman is in that man's household, because a man has power over his woman. If she want to make a vow or do something in the name of the Lord, her man has authority to say yes or no.
Cool.
Come on, man.
Man.
So you women have to get in order. So that's why I say, and going back to 1 Peter 3 and the 7 finishing off, it says, and as a respect as a fellow heir of the grace of life, so that your prayers would not be hindered or ineffective.
Hey, let me
So
get
you
it.
got
Let me get the account, man, just to
Mhm.
close it. Numbers 30 and 8.
Yep.
But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it,
Yeah.
then he will make her vow which she vowed, that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, none effect, and the Lord shall forgive her.
Yeah, the Lord shall forgive her. So the man, he has a power over her to say yes or no, man.
Right.
If she trying to make do some a vow over, because the Lord has given us the power to rule over the women, man. She is subjective under us, man.
Right.
So yeah, man.
Hey, you better start watching Woman King, and you better get your head out of Wonder Woman's ass. Cause none of y'all women that's false advertisement, man. That's to boost your ego that you don't have. Yo, you supposed to please your man. All right, that's the requirement, man.
Right.
All right, please your man. All right, that's all we have. We're gonna give our glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Peace and blessings to the elect. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.